sooner or later, a lot of these chicks, they live in a delusion long enough to the point where it's almost like the bachelorette party kidnapping stunt. Somebody's going to club them on the head and they're just going to wake up there and they're going to wonder, what the hell happened?
Where did
I'm
all
only
that
39!
go? It is no secret that men have become the pariahs of the Western world, and Von Goebel knows it. So do yourself a favor by embracing your inner bastard by buying this book. The Rules, Reclaiming Your Freedom, Manhood, and most importantly, your sanity. Because without your sanity, what are you gonna do? Ventilate your thinking meat? Jump off bridges and drink yourself to death? Nobody needs that. If you want to buy this book, links are in the description. I'm not a beggar, not gonna beg you. That's not what I do. End the commercial, go away. All right, you hog-slaying pixie sticks out there.
Who, me?
No, okay. Them. This is Terrence Popp, Redonkulous.com, Ride and Roast.
With two Richards in a car.
Take it away, Blake.
Although it is so damn cold, it's probably more like Richard?
I should have wore the lamb jacket.
Oh, you mean the bundle of sticks coat?
Hey, listen, that is, I have a Russian USSR officer coat and NCO coat. Those things are warm as shit.
Oh, yeah. They look quite nice. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
As a former hog slayer, you'll enjoy this one very much.
Okay.
I'm fat, but that doesn't mean I should have to lower my dating standards.
But
Yeah.
you will require that the men who date you will have to lower theirs. You don't have to lower your standards, but men have to lower theirs to date a stunning and brave 400-pound Brimolo.
Yeah, beautiful at any size.
Beautiful at any size. She trips and rolls down the hill and the entire village gets swallowed up in an avalanche.
I don't have a problem with women that are roomy.
Roomy women.
To a point. But I'm going to be honest, cool points go a long way with me.
They do indeed.
Because finding a woman that doesn't bug the ever-loving shit out of you is relatively hard to come by.
Let's be honest, online dating sucks.
Yes.
It does.
Wading through show me your tits and let me smell your shoes, panties, seat cushions of your couch, whatever messages, makes you realize the pickings are slim.
Unlike you.
Not everyone has world-renowned house training.
What the hell's that?
I don't know. I guess she's referring to men as dogs. House training.
That's fine. I'll be called a dog. I don't care.
But, just like all dogs, if you don't pet me once in a while, I'm going to go start humping somebody else's leg on their porch.
Yeah, you can only kick the dog so many times before it don't come back.
Wee, wee. They need to fucking work on this road, man.
Yeah, this road's fucked up. You know why? Because
Seriously.
it's right outside the Tankcom plant. They drive those heavy-ass trucks out of here.
Yeah, it's
carrying
like
tanks and shit.
It's like a army of speed bumps.
I know.
Shit.
This is the bumpy mile.
All right. Now, in regards to the messages, the show me your tits, let me smell your shoes, whatever. The first one, probably very common. I wasn't one of those dudes when I was online dating, but the let me smell your shoes, panties, seat cushions of your couch or whatever, those dudes are just creepy.
That's creep. That's a creepy factor.
It is very much
We
creepy
need to make
factor.
a list of that.
The last episode, I put a little bit of a Twitch thought up in there.
Uh-huh.
And I shit you not, I just discovered who this chick was. If you look up Twitch thoughts on YouTube, you're gonna find compilations of this chick all over the place, because all she does is sit there like a bump on a log, wearing revealing clothing, showing off her ass and cleavage. That's it.
That's it?
That's all she does. And just recently, apparently she did a sleepover stream where all she did was sleep.
And people watch that?
1,700 people
Watch.
signed up to watch this bitch sleep. That's more than we get on a stream.
Wow. The power of the cooch.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't
amazing.
believe in female privilege has never attempted to be a YouTuber.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
That's nuts, man.
But there is one key thing that appears to be missing from this article, I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pictures of the author.
Yeah.
Oh, stunning and brave.
Let me see.
She has all the earmarks of a royal fatty. She is a stunning and brave person of color, but the picture is cropped in so tight on her face that
That's
you
her only
clearly
asset.
cannot see the body.
Yeah, I mean, when they listen, the online dating thing, they're taking the picture from up, they're showing you their best assets, which is their face and their tits.
Yep.
If you're just getting the face, the rest of it is basically a shark attack. It's all torn up, man. It is a shark attack. You need to stay away from that.
And even then, sometimes you'll run into these chicks who have a really pretty face, and you think you're safe because they're not trying to show off the assets up here, but then you're double stuffed. Because then you meet them in person and you realize they have a post-wall former gymnast body. It used to all be muscle down here, and then they let it go, and it just becomes a coagulated blob of gelatinous fat, and the titties never caught up to it.
That's right.
It's like they're back home asleep while the tortoise beats the hare.
Oh, that's terrible. So they have the teardrop. That's almost full Tyrannosaurus.
That's 2 strikes, so you better have a good personality.
That's almost Tyrannosaurus rexitis.
Yes.
Oh, you don't want that? No.
Been there, done that.
No.
The way I see it, a bitch has to have standards.
At least you admit it.
Walking hand in hand with those standards are our preferences. We all have them. They affect and help determine which guy on which dating app we will decide to give the time of day to, and vice versa.
She is already coming across as extraordinarily entitled, despite being literally not even on the totem pole, but buried beneath it.
Yeah, when I was on there, I'd literally, I would say hello to probably 50 women a week.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd get 2 or 3 responses a month.
The internet is the absolute worst thing that has ever happened to dating if you're a dude.
Correct.
If you're an average dude, we'll say. If you're, top tier, you can have a different date every day. You can have multiple dates and bang multiple chicks in the same day.
Yeah.
I know because I've done it.
I don't believe you.
Some things are true whether you believe them or not.
But if you're just, average dude running around out there trying to hit on, or heaven forbid, if you're a below average dude and they automatically lump you in as a creep just by looking at you. All these guys have been rejected by the top tier women eventually start to lower their standards and move down here. Yep. And now that you have these women who are 4.5s who think they're 10s because they're getting 20 guys messaging them every day.
Correct. It's overinflated.
And really, it's just it's not because they think you're sexy. It's because they think you're a sure thing.
I've had women get upset when you just say hello to them.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Is that all you're gonna say?"
Is that all you're gonna say?
All right.
You don't have
now,
anything good
if
to say
I
to me?
walk up to a woman at a bar and I just start talking a whole paragraph to her,
yeah,
she's gonna be like, "This guy's
You're
out of
creep.
his fucking mind."
Oh my God.
But somehow saying hello is not enough.
Usually that's how you start a discussion,
and
right?
And then you get women who are like, "Did you read my profile?" As soon as they say that to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm out.
Are you over
can
6 feet?
You can be a bitch to somebody else. I'm not signing on to that.
There's nothing funnier than a 300-pound wamalo who demands a guy be over 6 feet. Okay, it's like, well, I know that you guys you like dudes who are taller than 6 feet. I like women who are less wide than 6 feet. It's
yeah, but then
it's a vicious circle.
It is.
It's full of lard.
Oh my God. Well, now they're probably eating healthy. It's all olive oil now.
It's all olive oil now, yeah.
I'm doing the keto diet.
Did you do that thing about the whole exercising so you make sure you burn off those fats?
What?
Never mind.
These preferences are influenced by anything and everything, including the media, our birthplace, community, family, racism, sexism.
Oh, here we
go, the isms.
You name it. Some of these preferences are mutable, while others are fixed. Lots of them are shallow. Others aren't as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take shallow. I don't care. You know what? I would like to have women that have a figure. An hourglass figure. I am no longer in the market for anything it doesn't look good. I know when I see it, it's hard to explain.
We all shop with our eyes.
Yes.
Because we know that when women think no one is looking, and they're on OkCupid rating men by their looks, You know, there's everyone 80% are zeros and ones, and then there are no tens.
Yeah.
When men rate women on their looks, it's exactly what you would expect. It's a bell curve. You got a lot of people in the middle, and then very few on either end.
Correct.
That is what you call not shallow.
And we're going to do a video on that. But porn proves men aren't shallow. I mean,
yeah. And on top of that, I guarantee you, every dude you've ever met in your life, top tier, middle tier, low tier, doesn't matter, has thrown the bone to a fatty because she had cool points.
Yes.
Or because it was 130 and there was just nothing else going on.
It happens. Or it took one for the team.
Yeah, men routinely do that. And we talk about it amongst ourselves. We might bust each other's balls a little bit, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Because we know that we all do it. Because we actually understand that just because someone is overweight doesn't mean they're not cool. And we also understand that just because someone is brutally hot doesn't mean you can stand to be around them.
Yeah, look at Holly Berry.
Meanwhile, if you factor in height and penis size, most women will completely discount over 90% of Italian males.
That's like a crazy hurdle.
Yep.
You know, and I don't care anymore. Like when I used to compete, I fought guys that were well over 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
And had all kinds of reach and height advantage and weight advantages. And I still wrecked them. If you can hone your craft, height doesn't matter.
There are things that, shorter guys can do that will tilt the scales in their favor. Just like if you're an overweight woman or slightly roomy, there are things that you can do that will tilt the scales in your favor. But now, thanks to the internet, fat chicks don't even have to do that.
Nope.
They just got to show up, and there's going to be all these simps who've been rejected by anything with a pulse, who think that they got a sure thing by going for the fatty. And you wind up overinflating these women's egos to the point where all it takes is one more compliment and they'll fucking drift away into the ionosphere.
That's absolutely correct, though.
Ugh.
It's nuts, man.
Nuts on your chin.
Well, they probably do that pretty good.
Well, if you're fat, you probably have an oral fixation.
A lot of those roomy women, they try really hard, and you can.
Yeah.
It.
Like I said, there's things you could do to tilt the scales in your favor.
It works. It works.
Yes, it does. So you're gonna swallow every drop, and you're gonna cook for me?
I get a lasagna.
We had a lasagna.
Holy shit, I'm in.
Garlic bread. Okay, you're not
deal.
skipping on garlic bread. All right, fine.
You had me at lasagna.
You had me at lasagna. You can date me.
Let's do this.
We'll give it a shot.
Yep.
If you're still here in 3 months, I'll let you see my lair.
Get past the 90-day crazy gate.
In the meantime, I hope you didn't skimp on a box frame.
No.
For example, I'm pretty partial to dark hair, a great smile, and a very rideable beard stash combo.
Rideable.
Dudes are gonna want that straddling their face with all your weight on it.
Well, it's called a broken neck.
Yeah.
Cervical spine injury.
Extreme chiropractic.
Body type is not so important to me, but then again, a great sense of humor and a sexy mind has always trumped body composition in my world.
Now, see, she's trying to set herself up as being above anyone who would look down on her for her size.
Yep.
And of course, it's really easy to do when you don't have to provide any proof, any photos of yourself.
All this is very valid, unless, of course, you happen to be a fat girl.
Well, you know what?
Wambulance.
Bill Burr said it best. You ate your way in, you can walk your way out.
And if you walk far enough, you won't have to worry about it.
That's right.
Because you'll burn off all the calories.
It'll be gone.
Eat some celery without the ranch dressing
It's all
once
numbers,
in a while.
man. Listen, everything in this reality is numbers.
Yes.
Calories in, calories out.
The supreme lack of standards and preferences a fat girl is required to have by the online dating gods was brought to my attention one day while I was in conversation with a traditionally attractive white guy with a secret, ugly past.
What is it? Oh my God.
Fat girls are not required to have anything anymore, not even a personality.
Listen.
Don't believe me? Go on to OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh my God. And they make money too. It's unbelievable.
There are women on there who are so grotesque, making money hand over fist,
because
It really it churns my stomach
Well-
just flashing back in my brain to all these women. Like when we did the OnlyFans episode, I was doing, I was on other websites where people had ripped these chicks' photo albums and shit because, let's be honest, if you're paying for porn, you're an idiot. and I run across these things and I'm just like, people pay for this. Oh,
yeah, there's men out there that like that. It's just the way it is.
I mean, some of these chicks look like a burlap sack filled with cottage cheese that has been beaten with wiffle bats.
Oh my God, that is such a horrible.
And it's
visual.
all just leaking out at the seams,
it's spilling out because it's.
man. And they're making like $1,000, $2,000 a month
Yeah, they're dripping olive oil
off
out
of these
their pores.
frickin' simps.
Yep.
I met him on OkCupid as he complained about women acting interested in him until he smiled. I listened, slightly amused. Apparently he had teeth that were throwing up so many gang signs, they were on the FBI most wanted list.
What do you have on his grill?
Apparently he had to get braces or something.
He eventually decided to get braces to combat this issue.
So he had a jacked up grill.
Okay, that happens.
Yeah,
Not, not a big deal.
I could tell he was still a little salty as he continued to explain that women expected men to make special amendments to their personal standards of beauty and preferences in terms of their weight.
He's right, though. Sorry.
It is.
I mean, when you're pushing the narrative, healthy at any size, body positivity, fat acceptance, completely ignoring any and all health consequences. In fact, outright proclaiming that they don't exist.
Yeah. Well, here we go. They require a lot of resources.
Yeah, especially later in life when
That's
the
right.
diabetes and all that stuff kicks in, and the heart disease.
And a lot of men are like, yeah, you know, I'm not signing on for that.
No.
Like my ex-wife was lucky because she was a type 1 diabetic, and I accepted it, and I like, hey, okay, well, I know this is going to be bad down the road, but it is what it is.
She got such nice titties.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
She different.
I was dick thinking.
And she loves me.
That's right. Gentlemen, don't dick think. That's how you fuck yourself. Every time.
When you make permanent decisions based on dick thinking, the only fucking you get is from yourself.
That's right. The fucking you get is not worth the fucking you're going to get.
Especially when you pull the dick out and realize it's yours.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is like some Doctor Strange magic curse shit right there.
I went into my own multiverse, now I have to get therapy.
He asserted that those same women wouldn't make the same exceptions to their
Standards. He's 100% right.
That's absolutely correct.
He stated that bigger girls would even go so far as to expect guys to be fit as a preference. I couldn't help but think, well, excuse me.
Okay, so you admit that he's absolutely correct, because that's all you could come up with. And,
Listen,
and because you couldn't refute him in the actual conversation, you decided to write an article about it and try to rally other worthless, overweight, screeching harpies to your cause.
Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
Oh my God. But of course you can't say that.
Of course, you can't say that. You're not allowed to. Yeah.
You know, like, what, you call me pathetic? Yeah,
Huh?
what are you doing? Yeah. That's another thing I won't tolerate is if some chick snaps at me or does any of that hand fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, you can buy your ticket to Boxwine and Catland with your sign language. I'm fucking out of here.
Sooner or later, a lot of these chicks, they live in a delusion long enough to the point where it's almost like the bachelorette party kidnapping stunt. Somebody's going to club them on the head and they're just going to wake up there and they're going to wonder, what the hell happened?
Where did
I'm
all
only
the men
39.
go? Yeah, where did all the men go? Shut up.
I've been coming to terms with my new status as a fat girl who hasn't always been a fat girl.
Push away from the table.
I've discovered that many people feel bigger women and girls should relegate themselves to table scraps rather than develop a sense of who and what they like and act on it.
Yeah, look, if you have been heavy and you're coming up on 40, let me tell you, your warranty is long expired.
Yeah, you need to buy one of those extra 3-year-long Assyrian plans on Amazon, and even then they're going to be like, oh, no, okay, I'm good, I'm
you're
out
out.
of here. Space Ghost is on.
Yeah, you're gonna get hammered in life insurance and everything because they know the risks.
The contempt for bigger bodies.
Oh, contempt. Oh, okay. So
That's a harsh word.
Well, the thing is, she's insinuating that men are making this.
A personal thing.
Yeah, they're making it from an emotional standpoint. It's not an emotional thing.
No.
And the fact that bigger women are expected to give up all choice in terms of the people they love, fuck, date, marry, and befriend because of an extra roll or two is compounded with a culture of misogyny and sexual violence. Oh my God.
Here we go. She just said the roll, which is a gunt.
She went from 0 to 60 with the shame language and the straw man argument. Like, boom.
Hold on. We are now going to ludicrous
She
speed.
has gone to plaid.
Oh my
There's a
God.
toxic cultural belief that fat women should in fact be grateful for any attention they get, especially sexual attention. See rape culture.
Oh my God.
Wow, man. It's like she's going for
Holy
feminist bingo in one paragraph.
Yeah, that'd be a funny skit.
In
You know
fact-
what? We should film ourselves going to like one of those feminist speeches with bingo cards.
With just like all the little talking points.
Yep.
All that. Pink tax, wage gap.
Yes.
I win!
Bingo! Yeah, oh man, that would be great.
That'd be beautiful.
They would throw us out so fast, but it would be glorious.
As soon as we started high-fiving each other in the back, they'd come back and see the bingo cards and throw us out in the street.
Dude, we need to do that.
We should do that.
Oh my God, I want to do that.
If we can't go somewhere, we can just watch feminist videos online and play feminist bingo.
I know, but it would be better with the human interaction.
It would be better with human interaction.
I wonder if they would somebody in the crowd would recognize me if I show up in there. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, how you doing?
Especially where they're...
We're here to talk about how stunning and brave you are.
All right, yeah, it's all good.
Don't
yeah.
bother us. We'll sit in the back of the bus, just like the other coloreds.
Yeah, oh my God.
This belief can lead to rapé under the guise of fat girls can't say no, or no one will believe you because you are fat.
That doesn't happen.
No. Unless it is, he just doesn't call you back and now it's some kind of vindictive remorse accusation that's going to get this guy screwed up.
Now, are there guys out there who maybe think that way? Sure.
Yeah, there's all
But
kinds-
it's probably
It's not-
3 for every 100,000.
They've watered it down. People used to get killed for
Rapé.
doing that, for rapé.
Did-
They literally used to hang you for that.
I know. And just remember, when you're trying to push your little myth of rapé culture in the West, there's a reason why schmexual predators get isolated away from the general population in prison, because they will get smoked.
Chomos.
The first week in prison, if they're not dead, they wish they were.
Yeah, it doesn't go well for them.
It can also lead to increased male influence over the choices, schmexuality, and bodies of fat girls and women, low self-esteem, and fat girls and women thinking that the only way to fill the need they all have for companionship with the people they are attracted to is to have shagnanigans with them.
Wow.
Well, whatever.
I mean, I just want to know who these people are.
There is...
Where are the sources? Where's
Yeah.
the information that
No,
actually
no.
proves what it is you're saying?
They don't ever do that. There's no sources.
The thing is, though, she's complaining about this now because when she was in her 20s, she tried to bang all these dudes thinking that it would lead to commitment and it didn't work, and now she's pissed.
Hey, get yourself something to eat, man.
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna. Oh, believe me.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's all cool. Dude, it's like 10 degrees out. That
I know,
dude's
it's
begging
fucking-
for cash. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, the fair weather beggars who
Oh.
are doing it for
Uh-oh.
a liberal social experiment don't come out in this shit.
We just crossed into Detroit.
Oh no, we're in
God,
D-Town.
here we go. I hate this. I hate this city.
Don't get me wrong, sex is amazing. People, fat or otherwise, should be able to have tons of it with wild and sweaty abandon.
And they can if they just say yes.
Yeah, that's all that's required.
Yeah.
When you're a woman, that is all you need to do is say yes.
That's right.
It doesn't matter how attractive you are. Believe me, you ever watch Jerry Springer? These
Yeah.
women with multiple kids, and they're the ugliest, most hideous fucking chuds you've ever seen in your
Oh my
life.
God, you are totally correct.
But fat girls shouldn't have to settle for just sex when they want more because they feel it's all they're going to get.
Yes, there are guys out there that will bang women who are or heavier as a last option kind of thing.
It's like riding a moped, right?
If
That's
you're the last option, you're the last option. They're not going to call you.
Yep.
That's just the way it is. All right. You know, like if I've dated some roomy women, and literally I'll sit down with them and I'm like, this is not a sex thing.
Mhm.
You're pretty cool. I just want to get to know you, and then if it progresses, it does. If it doesn't, I'm out. I mean, this is.
Yep. These chicks, the ones who grow up fat especially,
Oh my God.
they go through high school getting ignored by dudes.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden they get to college, and which is full of simps
Correct.
who've been raised by single mothers, and all of
Or-
a sudden they have more attention than they know what to do with, and the first thing that they do is start throwing that poon around
Yep.
like confetti on New Year's Eve. And then they wonder why no one wants to write a check against it. I mean, women have been using this expression to try to shame men forever. Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Especially when you're the size of one.
Oh my God.
That lady should also not be denied the option of more because men feel as if they are doing them the holy grail of grand gestures by just poking them with their penises.
So now we're going to shame all the dudes who actually banged you. All the dudes that you would do anything to have them give you one more text or phone call.
Uh-huh.
Just because they had the gall to not wife you up afterwards.
If you are a heavier woman and you're in the bar looking for a dude, and somebody starts talking to you right around midnight, you're not the first. You're not the first option. What the hell's going on here?
This is hilarious. I think this
Okay.
article was written before OnlyFans came out.
Okay.
But even before this, at this point, I mean, you still had Patreon, you had, all these sites, all the camming sites,
Uh-huh.
were these, some of these ugly, repugnant-looking frickin' balls of cottage cheese would just, go online and just show off their boobs and make hundreds of dollars a week.
Well, that camming thing started didn't it start like in the 90s? All right, because I remember there was like some websites that you could go to.
Yeah.
And you would give them your credit card, and then there would people be up there doing live craziness.
Now they're freaking everywhere. I mean, if you go to a website called multistream.io, it's a streaming software. You click on the places where you want to send your stream to. The entire first box of options, all porno camming sites.
Wow.
Every single one of them. Chatterbait, Cam4, My Free Cams. I mean, like, it's just the whole block. And then down at the bottom, you got YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of money in porn. I think they keep upgrading the system because of porn.
Even 5 years ago, when this was written, fat women still had far more opportunity to get laid,
That's
be
America.
in relationships, whatever,
They can do whatever the hell they
than
want.
any average dude
Yeah.
who's in far better shape than they are.
When I was playing the field, it would, I'd get like 18, 19 no's to every one yes.
Yep.
And that's just the way it was. And that was back when I was in the gym 3 or 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. It is what it is.
Yeah, and you will still have a harder time. I bet even in your prime, you still had a harder time getting laid than an average fat chick with a big rack.
No, they just had to say yes. For a dude, it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah. The reason why men are celebrated for being stoods and women are shamed for being sleuths is because one actually requires work, skill, having a personality, meeting a superficial set of bullshit standards, and somehow managing to weave all of that together with a sense of humor and an open wallet.
Back when I was looking back on what I was doing, like literally, I was jumping through hoops so I could get the punani.
Yeah.
Like the college education, the job, getting in shape. I mean, all of that as an end goal of finding a woman to marry, and that's why we do it.
Yeah.
And then dudes need to realize that you're being programmed to jump through hoops for this shit.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
And we now live in a day and age where the average Western woman is a sleut.
Yep.
So you got women like this complaining about not getting wifed up in their 20s. Well, I'm sorry, honey, you're just the average. Men don't write a check against something that they can find on every street corner. If you can find it on every street corner, if it's at the impulse buy, section of the counter at the convenience store, it's not worth anything.
That's correct.
It's the same reason why we don't wife you up just for giving us sex is because we can get that anywhere.
Well, it's so cheap now.
We can go out and pay for it if we want to.
Yeah, we can. I myself don't do that.
No. Shit, just finding a woman who's interested in the family unit now.
It's impossible.
And I'm not talking about getting knocked up and then milking him for child support. I'm talking about having a family.
And
That's rare.
And sticking with it, yeah.
Because they all think now that if, as soon as he steps out of line, whatever, I'll just take the child support.
Yeah.
I can do it myself. As long as I have all the government programs, the welfare, the child support, and the Alice isn't horny anymore.
I'm a strong, independent
I'm
woman.
so strong and independent.
Yeah, looking back on it, my marriage, I just got married for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
And she married me because she just wanted to have kids. And as soon as she was done having kids, and I got hurt, boom, I got written off. That happens to a lot of guys out there right now.
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
a lot of
it
guys
does.
out there get written off because they get hurt, they get unemployed, or they come into some life obstacle that it's going to take time to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they have all of this, stuff to help them out. They just and eject.
Yep. All you have to do to know that she's completely full of shit is just open your eyes and go on the internet.
Well, the minute they pull out the
5 minutes in, and you know it's a lie.
The minute that she pulls out the isms, I'm done. I
Yeah.
just turn off my brain. I'm like, this is stupid.
That's
I know the arguments are not backed with any facts or reason, and she's basically writing this article on emotion,
Yes.
and emotions change.
You didn't nail down a good dude when you were thin, and you actually could have had a shot at doing it.
Yep.
And now you want everybody to make a meal out of somebody else's cream-covered leftovers. I'm
No.
sorry, that's not going to happen.
Oh, you ran the clock. The game is over. All that's left after that is pickup games, and nobody bets or cares about those.
Like, yeah, that's some nice gravy on your biscuits, but I'm not eating it unless I know I made it.
Oh, God. Stop it, man! You put these images in my thinking meeting. I'm going to think about that all day. That's horrible. Stop it. You do this on purpose.
Yes, I do. I'm just fucking with you. I'm not going to read any more of this article because it's all just the same blame and shame bullshit we've been reading for years.
Yeah, it's the typical propaganda, blame and shame from the stunning and brave female advocates.
Yeah. If you want to read the rest of it, as always,
Links.
archived link in the description.
Oh, my
So,
God!
I'm just so sick and tired of everyone else's problems being a man's fault.
Yep.
We used to have this very individualistic sensibility that, take care of yourself. But in order to do that, you have to take responsibility, read your self-help books, what have you. Your family may be there to bail you out, but that's really the best that you can hope for. Now we've gotten to the point where everything is white men's fault.
Yep.
And the government needs to step in and fix it somehow so that we have equity and not equality.
They want the government to step in and fix all this victimhood that doesn't exist. Do you know how tyrannical that's going to get? Mm-hmm. It's just crazy.
And what you wind up with is an internet full of psychological projection of these women basically trying to foist off all of their insecurities because they know they fucked up.
Yes, they did.
Onto all the men that shagged them and bagged them, and that was it.
Shagged and bagged.
Well, not for nothing, honey, but when you choose to have casual sex with someone and then you feel objectified, it's because you agreed to be a sexual object for someone without a guarantee on a return.
That's absolutely correct.
It's not my fault.
Listen,
It's your fault.
The women out there have cheapened the market to a point where it's only worth pennies on the dollar now.
Yeah. You want to know why men aren't getting married anymore? It's because
Pennies on the dollar.
pennies on the dollar.
And they know they're going to get bent over and hammered by the system.
Yep.
Men are operating under a set of laws that were put in place in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and women are operating with laws from the 20th century.
Yep.
That's like Civil War soldiers from the 1800s fighting the modern army. You might do a little bit of damage, but you're not winning that fight.
No, that's why you escape and evade.
That's right.
You don't play the game.
You take to the woods and you run away. No shame in that, man. Do your own thing. This was absolutely worthless article, but we had to read it because this lunacy needs to be brought into the light of truth and picked apart for what it is. All day long.
And you notice most of these articles have comments disabled. It's almost like they can't stand the criticism.
Well, it's not criticism.
But that
Well,
can't
it
be
is.
true because women are physically and mentally equal to men, right?
Yeah. Until they come up, against a transsexual man and he takes their scholarship or fractures their skulls. All right, well, that's all we got for today.
Go away now.